Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of DTF, Frankie and Herb.
My name is Frankie.
And my name is Herb. So today we're going to be talking about this actor that's, his name is tossed around a little bit in Hollywood. You may or may not have heard of him. Frankie, have you heard of this name?
I've heard of him. Yeah, he sounds awfully. His name is somewhat familiar.
Somewhat familiar. Yeah, right. Exactly. So the one that we'll be talking about today is the one and only Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr., man.
This is going to be an exciting one.
Never a bad guy to talk about.
Never,
right?
Honestly. There's so much to talk about.
Something going on. He's just intriguing. He's interesting. He's maybe not the life of the party, but most interesting man in the room.
Oh, what? Yeah, absolutely. For sure. Absolutely. So before we deep dive into Robert Downey Jr., let's start our question of the day. What do you got for us today?
My question of the day, right? And I'm going to base this on who we're talking about, right?
Okay.
Everybody knows, or I don't know if everybody knows.
I don't think everyone knows.
Robert Downey Jr. has had ups and downs, and I wanted to ask that question: who do you feel, right, Herb, has the best actor or actress or best celebrity comeback?
The best celebrity comeback, okay, like in their work and everything like that?
Sure, work, life, whatever. Whatever you want to call a comeback.
Well, I don't want to say Robert Downey Jr. because we're going to be talking about him, but another person that did come to mind was Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser. I believe he kind of deserves his own episodes, maybe someday, eventually.
Yeah.
But Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser, a lot of us knows him from George of the Jungle.
Yes.
The Mummy. Journey of the Center of the Earth. That was actually like one of the last things he did before he disappeared on the face of the earth.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but the reason why he decided to step away from acting or just the industry in general was because he was molested.
Yeah.
He was molested by this big time producer, agent, whatever it is, to the point where he was just like, this is disgusting. I'm out of here. And it wasn't until like 2021 maybe, where he was signing some autographs for people. And it was like one of the first time people actually seen him again, like out in public, for his fans. And he was just signing autographs. And there's this one viral video where the person that's talking to him is telling him, hey, like, I want you to know you made my childhood alive. You did so much for me. And you just see him getting emotional and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And it just went viral. And then everybody started questioning, where is he? What has he been up to? And everything like that. And next thing you know, he's just being booked left and right. People are talking about him all over again. And let's fast forward to 2023. He's been nominated and won Best Actor in a leading role for an Oscar.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That is the way to make a comeback. That is absolutely the way to make a comeback. So I think you had a good choice, man.
Mm-hmm. What about you? Who comes to mind?
For me, best celebrity comeback, I think Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle. That's a great one.
Yeah,
actually.
I think. So Dave Chappelle, if anybody doesn't know who he is, right, had this phenomenal show on Comedy Central back in 2003 or 2004 called the Chappelle Show.
Right.
And like he was trying to like pitch this show to so many networks. One of my favorite stories about Dave Chappelle. Not that, I mean, it's a really mean story, but for him to be upset at HBO, this story, when you hear this, you're like, oh, I understand why,
right.
Talk to me. He was pitching his show, the Chappelle Show, to different networks, and he went to HBO. He got a meeting with HBO and pitched his show. And Dave Chappelle says, all they had to do, if they didn't want me, all they had to do was say no.
Okay.
All they had to do was say no. Just say no. But what did HBO tell me? Why do we need you? We got Chris Rock.
No way.
Yeah.
The disrespect.
Bro.
What?
Bro. So fast forward to now when Chappelle's show is streaming on Netflix and all these other things, Dave Chappelle is asking HBO, why do you need me? Mm-hmm. Why are you streaming my show, HBO?
Yeah, right.
Anyways, right. So Comedy Central, he does 2 seasons on Chappelle's show with Comedy Central. And Dave Chappelle talks about this responsibility he has to society. He feels like his style of comedy, right? Very nuanced, incredibly edgy, right? Some very serious topics that he is making light of,
Mm-hmm.
and he felt like he was failing society at some point because it was like the writer's room for the Chappelle show was getting reckless. It was like white people in the room carelessly flapping around the N-word,
man.
And
he was like, yo, what is going on? What did I start here?
Exactly.
What did I start with these honkies?
So he left Comedy Central at the top of his game, right? Comedy Central was going to rebook him for $50 million, which, according to other celebrities in that world, he actually earned Comedy Central like over $400 million.
I heard something like that.
And they only offered him 10% of that.
Yeah.
So they were gonna book him. They were gonna renew his show at $50 million a year, and he walked away, right? Because he felt he needed to be more responsible for society.
I remember that. I remember he just walked away, and it was this big thing. Dave Chappelle didn't renew it and everything like that. Yeah.
Right? Like, walk away from $50 million. You got to be smoking crack,
bro.
And that is exactly what the stories were coming out saying.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle on crack, crazy, doing this, moved to Africa, this and this and that. And
now when people know the real story.
He did go to Africa, but it wasn't because he was crazy or anything. It was take a regular old break. He came back to America, bought a farm in Ohio, and while he was in Ohio, like, this man is still recognized as Dave Chappelle.
Of course.
However long he's been out the game by this time, still recognized as Dave Chappelle, doing shows around the city of his city that he lives in Ohio, whatever city he lives in. He's doing shows around the city, and then just emerges out of nowhere with a 3-show deal from Netflix, offer him $60 million.
Yeah.
The first question everybody said, hey, I bet you don't regret walking away from $50 million 11 years ago.
Right.
But
did you watch those specials, by the way?
The new ones?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hilarious.
All six of them.
Oh my God, they're so funny. Good. But that was his comeback then. The whole Netflix thing, and now he's just basically the talk of the talk, like if he never left.
Exactly. You wouldn't even, like, now when you go back and anything you see of Dave Chappelle, his absence from the States and leaving the Comedy Central
was never existed.
It's not even talked about anymore.
Yeah.
Because that's just not the highlight of his career anymore. Talking about a highlight of his career, right? I want to shout out Dave Chappelle. I'm sure everybody, whoever follows Dave Chappelle, already knows this. But talk about being responsible for a society. When COVID happened, right? When COVID happened and the world shut down, right?
Okay.
Dave Chappelle was hosting comedy shows on his farm. He was flying different comedians in to do a comedy show at his farm.
Oh, wow.
And while he was doing that, he was employing his entire neighborhood.
Wow.
He was hiring and putting to work his entire neighborhood so people can continue to earn money and live during COVID. That is a man of the people.
Yeah, that's for sure. Because
that is a man of the people.
Yeah, that's $60 million. He didn't know what to do with it. Sheesh. All right, well, tell us what your best actor, actress, or celebrity best comeback is. If you have one that comes to mind, someone that you feel like we should give a shout out to, let us know. Because I tell you what, man, for somebody to make a comeback in this industry, you know how difficult that must be?
Oh, yeah.
To not only compete or go against people that's already in the industry, but you're competing against people that are rising in the industry. Yep. How do you topple that? So if you have anybody in mind, let us know in the comment section. Let's get into our actor of the day. Our actor of the day is the one and only Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr.
Thank you, RDJ.
Thank you, RDJ, for being here. We really appreciate it. Robert Downey Jr. is currently 58 years old. Damn! He's currently 58 years old. He doesn't look like it. He looks strong.
I think he looks great.
He was born on April 4th, 1965, and he's 58 years old. and he's also a Nepo baby. Can you explain what that means?
Nepo baby, right?
Nepo.
He's a Nepo baby, and he was actually born into this industry. He was born in Hollywood. Nepo babies are people who have parents and other elder family members who are of the industry.
Right.
And then they grow up to be in the industry as well.
Right. So they don't have to go through the whole difficulties that a lot of people that, are nobodies has to go through.
They're born with a foot in the door.
Exactly. Hey, my nephew, he wants to get into acting, give him a small part. Hey, that small part he did, he's great. I got a bigger part for him.
Exactly.
And there you go. Just keeps on rising from there. So yeah, he is a Nepo baby. His father was a writer and director, Robert Downey Sr., and his mother, Elsie Downey, was an actress as well. She went by the name of Elsie Ann Ford. And I'm not sure if you know this, but he had a really rough relationship with his father. Did you know anything about that?
I did not.
You didn't? Okay, well, check this out. So his father is one of the reasons why he got into drugs.
Oh.
Yeah, at the age of 13 or something like that. He was doing crack with his dad and everything like that. Yeah, dude. Uh-huh. He was, a very young age. So he was injected into the acting world at such a young age. His first role was at the age of 5 in one of his father's film called Pound. So, just imagine you're in a movie with your father, you're going to work with your dad, and you're seeing what he's doing with his buddies. You kind of, you want to be cool. You want to hang out with them and whatnot. And next thing you know, the dad offered, and there he goes.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about, peer pressure.
Dude, what? That's insane.
Yeah, right? Oh, my goodness. I don't know.
See, imagine that. You're going to work, not even going to work. You're going with your dad to his work, and you're seeing all these people high-fiving and clapping up your dad, shaking his hand with respect. You gain a sense of respect towards your own dad to see how other people are like, wow, this is my dad. My dad is respected like that. Man, let me I kind of want to be like him.
Yep.
So who knows if that was it. But, we'll get into the whole backstory of him, getting into the drug abuse a little later. Let's talk about his acting performing. What have you found?
So, I looked up that he studied at a school called Stage Door Manor Performing Arts Training Center in upstate New York. He was there before moving to California with his father after his parents eventually got divorced in 1982. And during that time in California, he actually dropped out of high school to pursue acting full time. Here's something else I learned.
Yeah.
Here's something else I learned that the first 4 years after he dropped out of school, right? I'm sure he was with his dad while he was in school and whatnot. But let's say that when he decided to drop out of school, his dad says, "All right, that's it. You're not going to finish school. Think you're a man? Go be a man." Mm-hmm. Right? So 4 years early into his adult acting career, he actually shared a place with Kiefer Sutherland.
Who's that?
Kiefer Sutherland was the lead actor in the TV show 24.
Oh, dude, no, I'm lost. I gotta look him up now. What's his name?
Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland. Let me see if I know him from somewhere. Oh, okay. Man, the face is super familiar. Okay, yeah, I know the face. I have not seen any of his movies or any.
You might be more familiar with his father, Donald Sutherland. Donald Sutherland. When you see him, you'll know exactly who he is.
I have no idea who Donald Sutherland. I know who that is.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So Kiefer Sutherland. That's why I should have said.
He was his roommate.
Yeah, RDJ and Kiefer Sutherland were roommates.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
For about 4 years when he started his adult acting career.
Okay, cool. That's really cool. All right. Well, one thing that I do know that he built up his film career through 1985 through the 90s with a highlight of his first Oscar nomination. I'm not entirely sure how old he was, but it was in 1992. And it was for the role of Chaplin. He played his lead role in Charlie Chaplin, the infamous Charlie Chaplin that basically, I don't want to say created comedy, but is one of the reasons why.
He's an innovator. Yeah, Charlie Chaplin was definitely an innovator of comedy. He absolutely mastered the silent film, telling stories with no words, making people laugh, sending people through emotions with no words.
No words whatsoever.
The only, a really great performance doing that recently was John Krasinski in The Quiet Place.
Okay.
Right? Did you see The Quiet Place?
Of course.
Bro, that movie had maybe 8 lines.
Right.
8 speaking lines in that movie. The rest is hand signals and subtitles.
Correct. Yeah.
But man, that movie sent you up and down, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
that movie is great. So Charlie, so Chaplin, it was a really big role that he had to take on because, again, this Chaplin is a very big innovator to what we know as comedy, not today, but just in this fact of appreciating comedy today.
Uh-huh.
As a matter of fact, when Charlie Chaplin, it was around the same time where Albert Einstein was alive as well. Einstein and Charlie Chaplin met, and Einstein told him, what I most admire about your art is your universality. You don't say a word, yet the world understands you.
Wow.
That's it. That's insane, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
And, it says a lot, too, about it. But going back into Robert Downey Jr.'s first Oscar nomination, didn't win. I don't think he's an Oscar winner just yet, anyways. But that's basically it for him in the 90s. From the 90s to then, bro, what do you have for him? Because I think he was in a show, right?
Yeah, he was in the it was a hit show in the I believe the late 90s. It was a hit show in the 90s called Ally McBeal.
Okay.
It was like a law it took place in a law office.
Okay.
And I think they called it a drama because I think dramedy wasn't a thing yet.
Correct.
Like funny things happened in the show, but there was no live audience to laugh at them.
Right.
I think it was just put in the category of drama back then. But yeah, it was basically a dramedy. Mm-hmm. Courtroom, law office, things going on and whatnot. He became one of the lead actors in that show. And he became he started going down this dark road of drug abuse, right? Right. He had been arrested several times throughout 1996 to 2001 for the use and possession of things like cocaine, heroin, and Mary Jane.
Wow. Now,
let me say this, right? I don't know what it is about TV actors. Not to say that, they're all druggies or whatnot.
Okay.
Right. But you hear about it more from TV actors than like movie
stars.
And I think it's because of the way they get paid. Right. Movie actors, they either get paid like a big lump sum to do the work, or they can get paid a medium lump sum to do the work, and they can get something off the back end after it hits theaters,
Right.
But TV actors, they get paid every new episode that airs.
Correct.
So Charlie Sheen is an example. Highest paid actor on television in history, right?
At the time.
No, still.
Are you sure?
Nobody's ever made more money than Charlie Sheen on TV.
I think
Charlie Sheen was making $1.4 million a week on local television.
Are you sure? I think Jim Parsons passed him, dude. Unless Jim Parsons was like the top comedy one. I don't know. But okay, go ahead.
So Charlie Sheen was getting that much money a week.
Okay.
Right? So imagine, if you're making $1.4 million a week, and on local television, TV shows air for 22, 23 episodes.
Yeah.
That is a guaranteed $23 million a year that you're going to get.
I wouldn't even say a year. That's like a season.
Yeah.
A season. So like, let's say there's 2 seasons in 1 year.
Yeah. Bro, exactly.
That's insane. That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money to make in 1 year.
To think that he's kind of broke now. Jesus Christ. I would never understand it.
You saw what happened to him, man. You saw the life he was living.
No,
but
man.
This is what I'm saying. To know that you have that money coming,
yeah,
it probably makes you feel more comfortable to be a little reckless, because imagine like if you're a movie star, if you're a movie actor, if you get money primarily from making movies, you only get paid for the job. If you don't get the next job, then you don't know when your next check is coming. But on a TV show, especially one that's been around for 8-9 seasons,
right,
you get very comfortable in the money that you're earning.
That's right.
So you feel better about the money. Oh, new episode this Friday. That check is coming.
Yeah.
It gives a little more leeway to how you can spend your money and what you can spend your money on. So I think that could have been a possible reason to
why
lead him down that road.
It can be. Now, I do know that within that time, this was no secret. And remind you, this was a time before social media.
Yeah.
So imagine the fact that this was no secret for everyone.
Exactly.
You know how crazy about it he had to be on it?
Yeah.
So Robert Downey Jr. really had a drug abuse era in his career, in his lifetime. And bro, at some point, he had to go to rehab multiple times. He was blacklisted in Hollywood. I don't know if anyone is not familiar what blacklisted means. It's exactly what it sounds. Blacklisted. Nobody wants you. Hey, Sony Studios, don't hire Robert Downey Jr. Okay. Hey, Universal, don't hire Robert Downey Jr. Okay. Every studio is just blacklisting him. Nope, we don't want this crackhead. We don't. And it's very valid as well. Nobody wants to work with somebody like this. You get me? And during this time, he was also dating Sarah Jessica Parker. Were you aware of this?
I saw a little bit of something like that earlier.
Yeah. So Sarah Jessica Parker was someone in his life who really tried to help him. At least what the articles and everything saying. She really, really tried. They were dating. They were madly in love. She was trying really hard to help him, but just like anyone who will get tired, she gave up. She can't no more. And she moved on. And it wasn't until Robert Downey Jr.'s success, or it wasn't until he got clean in 2003, 4, I'm not sure, where he admitted, he was like, I regret, that I had someone as lovely as Sarah Jessica Parker by my side helping me, and I pushed her away. So there goes a little admitting that, he may have wanted her back, but yeah, they went down their separate roads, separate careers and everything like that. So he was blacklisted in Hollywood, and after that, he was just given minor roles here and there, trying to make a comeback. But the one person, and I didn't even know this until I read upon this, the one person that actually gave him a shot to, get him back on camera was Elton John.
Really?
Elton John. So while Robert Downey Jr. was in rehab, Elton John requested for Robert Downey Jr. to be in one of his music videos. Let me see which one it was. I can't recall which one it was, but it was Elton John. And let's see what song this was for. I Want Love. That's what the song was. I'm not sure what the year was, but if you're an Elton John fan, you should know what year that was. In 2001, it seems like, yes. So the actor was allowed a limited time release from the drug rehab to shoot the video in France. So Elton John flew him from America to France just to film this music video. Yeah. To get him back on camera. I don't know how he's friends with Elton John. You know what it's like to be friends with somebody like Elton John?
Elton John probably has a lot of, one, I'll say fans, and I'm sure he even has celebrity fans. And it's easy to go from fan to friend if you all are both in that world.
Okay, yeah, right. Right. So he got him back on there, and then in 2004, I'm not sure if you know this, but he actually released a jazz album called The Futurist.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't heard it. I don't think I'm interested. In a way, I kind of am, just to kind of hear what he sounded like, because it's a vocal art jazz album. So he's definitely singing.
Singing, scatting.
So that's his thing. And then let's fast forward a little bit to 2008. 2008. I was in 6th grade. You were, where were you?
Working on the coal mines.
You were. I didn't want to say anything. But yes, I was in 6th grade at the time in 2008, and he was casted as Iron Man. And this was just such a huge. I wouldn't even call it a huge risk. It was just overall a risk. The Marvel Cinematic Universe wasn't even Marvel Cinematic Universe. It was just Marvel Studios Iron Man, one of the first movies that they're making. And he was considered a risk when he got cast as Iron Man. In general, Iron Man was a risk for Marvel Studios. A blacklisted actor being directed by a small-time director, now big-time director, Jon Favreau.
Oh, man, what a good partnership that was.
If you don't know who Jon Favreau is, just go to Disney Plus. Watch The Lion King, watch The Jungle Book, This is Jon Favreau. This is the guy who's not even those movies. He did The Mandalorian as well.
Yeah.
For all those Star Wars fans out there, he did The Mandalorian. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. Mandalorian?
Mandalorian, yeah.
Mandalorian. Clearly, I'm not a Star Wars fan.
No, you said it right.
Yeah, boom, 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 pew, pew. But yeah, so Jon Favreau was a small-time director at the time. So Iron Man was whatever. 2008 came. Boom! Big change in cinematic in the whole industry.
Yeah.
2008 to where we are to now, 2023, Iron Man is still a household name.
That's true.
So it was really insane. This was his biggest comeback, one of the biggest comebacks in Hollywood. He rose to being one of the top paid actors. Again, it goes with the whole Dave Chappelle thing where how can you come back and not only compete with people who never left the industry, but are now rising in the industry? He came back and made a whole name for himself, dude. Yeah. That is insane. And this is the reason why we're having this episode today about him. Once again, Robert Downey Jr. Because Jesus Christ. What else?
I'll say this though, right? Compared, the times have changed, right? But a lot of things have changed from 2001 when he had left to 2003 since he's been drug free. July of 2003, he's been drug free. And then up to 2007 when he was cast as Iron Man, and then 2008 when the movie released.
Right.
A lot of things had changed, right? In 2001, social media wasn't a thing.
Correct.
Right? The internet was just popping.
Right.
Just like the internet just...
mail.
I think Google just turned 25 years old last week.
I did see something like that.
You know? So the internet just started popping. Social media wasn't a thing. He's clean in 2003, gets cast as Iron Man in 2007, and the movie comes out in 2008. Now, Facebook exists, you know? And who is driving Facebook? Young people.
Yeah.
So if young people are talking about it, you know, it's gonna move.
Oh yeah.
So while I'm not surprised that Robert Downey Jr. got the career he has now. Not to say it's not impressive still. I'm just not surprised. Right?
Okay, yeah.
Because, like I said, no social media, right? Whoever wasn't there in 2001, whoever wasn't there watching the news in 1996 to 2001, basically doesn't even know what happened.
Correct, right.
Robert Downey Jr. got the rare opportunity to reintroduce himself to the world.
Literally reintroduce himself.
Yeah.
Nobody knew his stuff in 90s or whatever like that.
Exactly, bro. So
a lot of this stuff that we're looking up, I found out because of research.
Yeah. So yeah, because oh my goodness, what a rare opportunity. It's just, bro, if I could reintroduce myself, let me be the person I am today in 2009. Man. Oh my gosh.
Bro, you rule the world.
Right? If I could go back knowing what I know now,
yeah,
everything would be different, man.
All right.
And Robert Downey Jr. got that rare opportunity to just recreate himself.
I definitely agree. I agree 100%. Robert Downey Jr. has made lots of connections since then. He's been on, he's currently tied with Chris Evans for the most appearances in Marvel Cinematic Universe films. And truthfully, I don't know if you know this. I don't know if this is even true, but I read something like this. So we'll see. I'll do a little research in this later. But before Iron Man, he was actually considered to play Bruce Wayne.
Really?
Yeah. That was something I looked into. I'm like, whoa, that I never knew of. This I never heard of. So I don't know if it's 100% true, but well, that's still something interesting to know.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have been good. He did great as Iron Man. What?
It could have been.
I mean,
they're basically the same character.
Kind of, yeah, but Tony Stark is not depressed. I mean, he's depressed, but he's still sarcastic and stuff, you know? But aside from that, since his Marvel run, he hasn't had great films at the box office. He did Dr. Dolittle, a remake of Eddie Murphy's hit in the early 2000s. That bombed hard, a complete flop. It was terrible. While Oppenheimer was a huge success, he actually calls it the best project he's worked on. And we discussed this not too long ago during our Timothée Chalamet episode, where we discussed as to why he would call Oppenheimer his best project. he's done so many Marvel films, he's done so many things, but then we talked about how he admitted that Tony Stark is himself.
Yeah.
How we see Tony Stark is literally how he acts in person. And I always saw it. I always saw it in interviews and everything. This dude acts the same way he does on screen.
Yeah.
So Oppenheimer, may have really brought out the actor in him, the one that really made him work and rehearse his lines and look in the mirror to try to change his face and his tone and his looks and everything like that to really bring this character to life. He probably saw it like that, and that's amazing.
Probably, but I'll say this: I still don't think he's had his great movie revival since his Marvel run either. Right?
Yeah.
Doolittle did bomb terribly, right? But Oppenheimer, while it was a great movie, it was not a Robert Downey Jr. pick.
That is very correct.
So he hasn't had his best thing since Marvel yet. Like Chris Nolan absolutely killed it with Oppenheimer. But it's a Chris Nolan movie. It's not a Robert Downey Jr. movie.
Correct, yeah.
And again, we talked about Oppenheimer with the names of the stars that are in that thing. That thing is packed.
Yeah.
That thing is packed, right? Who can you really call the star of that movie?
Oh, yeah. That's really true.
Cillian Murphy, while he has the lead role, he's not as big as Casey Affleck or Matt Damon.
That's very true, yeah.
Or Robert Downey Jr. He's not as big as those guys.
Yeah,
But put all three of those other names next to each other, and out of those three, I think Matt Damon would headline. Mm-hmm. So you still can't call it a Robert Downey Jr. picture,
You're very correct on that. That is very true. Now who we are, 2023, Robert Downey Jr. Does he have anything coming up? Do you know?
I know that he's in pre-production for Sherlock Holmes 3, pre-production, which I cannot wait. I really want to see him get back into the role of Sherlock Holmes. Did you watch the movie, the two movies?
Dude, absolutely not.
No?
No, I haven't. No.
Sherlock Holmes, Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes is a phenomenal. Like, what a good movie.
Really? I haven't. No, I haven't seen it. I heard it's good. I mean, the fact that they're coming out with a whole trilogy.
Yeah, I think they're going to keep the same director also, Guy Ritchie.
That's good. Okay, that's good. All right. I mean, yeah, he has a few things coming out. It looks like he actually have a TV miniseries coming out, The Sympathizer. Miniseries I would even call a show. Yeah, sure. Yeah,
it's a limited series.
Exactly. All. It's just a really long movie. If anything, it's so long that they had to break it down to episodes, which is good. I'm not gonna lie. I like TV miniseries because it's like, yes, the story is so good. They couldn't just leave it in 2 hours. They had to just So that's good. Anything else? Anything you have about Robert Downey Jr. that you would like for everyone to know about today?
Robert Downey Jr. listens to DTF with Frankie and Herb. Y'all should take his advice on that one.
He's what?
I said he listens to DTF with Frankie and Herb.
Yeah. He did mention that. He said in an interview that he really loves DTF with Frankie and Herb.
I'm gonna post a picture with Robert Downey Jr. with wearing a DTF shirt or something. I saw it somewhere on the internet.
Yeah. All right.
Follow his lead with that one.
Why not? Let's do it. Yeah. All right. Well, that is Robert Downey Jr.
RDJ, thank you.
Close the door on the way out, please. Don't let the air out.
Yeah.
So now let's get into our movie of the week. Frankie, the movie that I chose today. Let's start off with one thing. Herb doesn't miss.
I agree. I second the statement.
Herb does not miss. Now, with this being said, I rarely do this. I would like to choose a movie that ties in with our actor's profile for today. And the movie is The Judge.
All right.
Oh, man, this movie is so great. Now, I'll talk about it a little later. The Judge is a 2014 legal drama film directed by David Dobkin. The story follows Hank, a successful defense attorney played by Robert Downey Jr., who returns to his hometown for his mother's funeral. Upon his arrival, he discovers that his estranged father, Joseph Palmer, played by Robert Duvall, who is a judge in this small town, a very respected judge, is accused of murder.
Yeesh.
Yes, a judge that everyone respects is accused of murder. Hank, Robert Downey Jr., decides to represent his father in court, leading to a complex legal and personal journey as they confront their troubled past and attempt to uncover the truth about the case. The film explores themes of family dynamics, redemption, and the complexities of the justice system. Frankie, when I first saw this movie, I thought it was going to be boring. I thought it was going to be slow. This movie is so good. And and I don't think it's only because of Robert Downey Jr.'s performance. This movie is about a father and a son.
Uh-huh.
I have a great relationship with my father.
There you go.
So whenever I see a movie or I come across anyone that doesn't have a great relationship with, with their father or, any of their parents, it does make me feel some type of way, because it makes me feel like, what if that was me?
Yeah.
And this movie is that movie that made me think, man, this is insane. A defense attorney. Robert Downey Jr. and his father does not get along. This is kind of ties into, his own fatherhood trauma, Yeah. Sure, his father got him into acting and everything, but at some point in his life, he grew up to realize my father was abusing me. My father wasn't that well with me, And this is a judge who everyone respects and everyone has turned on because he was, quote unquote, accused of murder. So now the only person to save him is the one person he let go of, just forgotten, his son, the defense attorney. He comes to save him and everything. So this is one of those movies that really caught my attention, and it's very deep. It's who's in this as well? Billy Bob Thornton.
Okay.
I love Billy Bob Thornton. He's a prosecutor.
Wow.
Yeah. So imagine Robert Downey Jr. and Billy Bob Thornton, going against each other like that. So it's really good. It's a really deep and meaningful movie. I really recommend for people to watch this movie if they really want to see Robert Downey Jr. outside of his sarcastic, billionaire playboy Tony Stark, attitude.
Yeah.
This is a great movie to watch.
Herb, you don't miss.
I don't miss, man. And man, I think this is the first time I actually recommended a drama. Usually I go out with action and all that stuff, but this is a really good movie, man. This is really good.
When you started talking about how good it was, in my head, I was like, man, this movie must be packed with gun scenes.
Have you not seen The Judge?
I've not, but I'm going to watch it tonight.
It's a good movie. It's a really good movie. I would recommend it for a lot of people. Again, to just watch a really good film, a good storyline, two amazing actors, Robert Duvall and Robert Downey Jr. And this is Robert Downey Jr. before Endgame, before a lot of this Avengers stuff, Sure, it came out in 2014. I think the first Avengers came out already, but still, this is still Robert Downey Jr. making his comeback, and this is part of his comeback that I would consider it.
Well, while looking up Robert Downey Jr.'s film credits list, it was right after the first Iron Man. He was able to squeeze in like maybe 6 movies,
right?
But after that, it was just Marvel for like 7 years.
Wow, yeah. He got tired. I'm pretty sure he got tired.
I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure he got tired.
But he had perks. Robert Downey Jr., whenever a new movie came out, he was the only one that ever got a full script.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody else got the page that they were filming that day.
Yeah, bro, I would be honored to have the full script. You telling me my co-star don't got it? All right, don't tell him nothing. Forget that, bro. I am the biggest. I could keep a secret forever. Yeah. Like I wouldn't tell anybody about how you have that thing on your back. I'm just kidding. There's nothing on Frankie's back, everyone.
Oh my goodness. All right then.
No, what do you got? Anything else you got for today, man?
Just follow us on all of our social media, wherever you can find social media.
Yeah.
Click that link in our bio on Instagram, and you'll see all the places we can be streamed to listen. Actually, we don't have a Facebook. I thought about that.
We don't,
but somebody made that page. You remember I showed you that?
Oh yeah. We got
somebody made a page.
Yeah,
we don't have a Facebook.
Yeah. So if you guys see Detail with Frankie and Herb, we'll put something out there to verify that it is us. We'll post like a selfie or something like that. But if you were to see that, go ahead and report it, because that's not us.
Yeah.
But yes, if you have social media, like who doesn't?
Yeah.
Go ahead and follow us at Discuss the Film. You can follow us basically anywhere. We have it all. Do you have anything else today, man?
Nothing.
I got nothing else, man. I really hope everyone enjoyed this episode. This was very fun, as always. It's always a pleasure, Frankie. Now let's wrap this up.
My name is Frankie.
And my name is Herb. We'll talk to you again soon.